Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Hope everybody's doing well. And Mateen and I are keeping a safe distance due to COVID.
6 feet.
Arm's length. Alright, so we are here today to show Mateen's famous raspberry ice cream.
Yes, you can call it raspberry ice cream or it can be called something else. What does Masood like?
Durian.
Durian. You can basically use any kind of fruit
Yes.
you want. You could use mangoes, you could use strawberries. I like raspberries, so that's why we're using raspberries. And what I'd like to emphasize on, this is an ice cream. It's not a watered down version of a sorbet or anything like that. It is pure ice cream made with pure whole milk that's organic, whole whipping cream that's organic, and that's when you get the real taste of ice cream. So you do her now.
Okay, and so I agree, I've tried his ice cream and it's amazing.
So should we move on?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with about 3/4 cup of sugar. That's the recipe that you will use. I'm going to use about 1/2 cup of sugar, and I'm going to add maple syrup to that for about 1/4 cup. I got some great maple syrup that's called Crown Bourbon Barrel Aged. There is no alcohol in here. It is basically aged in a barrel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of maple syrup into the sugar mix.
So where does it get its name of bourbon?
I guess it's because the maple is aged in bourbon barrels, that's why it gets its name. So this should add some flavor, but otherwise just go with 3/4 cup of sugar. And that should do it. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to add milk in here to start off with, and the cream will be added right at the end. So what we're going to do is get the milk, it's whole milk, organic, vitamin D.
Matches your t-shirt.
Yes. And what we're going to do is 3/4 cup of milk. So in there, that's about 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to add that in there. And then we're going to cover the blender and we are going to stir it. So why are we stirring it? Because what we want to do is we want to dissolve the sugar in the milk. So that's before we add any of the raspberries or any of the whole whipping cream. Okay, so to this mix, which is basically sugar and milk, in my case a little maple syrup, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla essence.
Pure vanilla, right?
Pure vanilla extract, I'm sorry. To that, I will take out my raspberries. And as you've noticed, everything is refrigerated. The colder, the better. Because when you want to make ice cream, you don't want it very warm. I have about 6 ounces of raspberries here that I will throw in there. And as I did before, I'm going to stir it. So, or I'm going to chop it just gently. The raspberry not to be totally chopped up. I like little bits in there so that you can get the nice flavor when you're eating the ice cream.
So you don't want it pureed?
Yes, so do not puree it totally. So right now what we've done is we have the sugar, we have the milk, we have the raspberries, we have the vanilla extract. And the last thing we're going to do is get the whipping cream. As you can see, it's heavy whipping cream. And what we're going to do is we are going to add 1 1/4 cups of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to measure it just now. There is 1 1/4 cups. Add it to the mix. And what we are going to do now is only stir, because we do not want this bubbly. Too fast. So what we're going to do now is, you can drink this as it is, but we're not going to try that. Ruby, would you like a sip?
I'm good. I think I'll wait for the ice cream.
But you can taste it, because then it will tell you how sweet it is, or if it's not sweet enough or doesn't have the right flavor. So what we're going to do now is put this in an ice cream maker. So we're going to open our freezer. We're going to pull the ice cream maker out.
Which is frozen, right?
It's frozen. It was in the freezer for 2 days. So make sure that it's thoroughly frozen. So this was in there for 2 days, so it's good.
You know, I have to tell you, ours always stays in the freezer because you never know when we'll have.
Want to make the ice cream?
You have a lot of gourmet chefs in your house.
By the way, Ruby cooks beautifully. Her food is awesome.
You're too kind, sir.
And now what I'm going to do is going to start the ice cream maker, pull this up, and slowly, as you can see, we have a few lumpy raspberries. That's actually a good sign. And we'll let this run for at least half an hour, 45 minutes, till it bubbles up. And then the ice cream right now is basically, air is being injected in it by rotating it round and round. So as you can see, the ice cream level is quite low. When the ice cream level comes to about this part, then we are ready to stop, and the ice cream will be ready.
All right. So also, folks, for those of you who don't have an ice cream maker, you can just put it in a container and put it in the freezer, but you do have to take it out every 30 minutes and stir it and then freeze it back. And that should also give you a nice batch of ice cream. And I know Mateen likes his fruit to be a little chunky, but it's up to your preference. If you want a more smoother tasting one, then you can blend it more.
And I guess you can use this recipe with different types of fruits.
Yes, so you can substitute the raspberries with strawberries, mango. I don't know if you guys know about durian, but that's a delicacy from the Far East. Chalifa, chiku, you know, there are many things you can add to it.
Yeah, throw in what you enjoy.
Yes.
If you're not making ice cream and if you're making lassi and you want a sweet lassi, substitute the sugar for maple syrup. You will have a wonderful lassi that is very healthy and you'll enjoy.
And it should be pure maple syrup.
Yes.
Acha, so now people are trying it out.
It is really good.
It's really good.
Very nice.
Mateen is the test kitchen expert. He's always trying new things. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness, it has come right to the top. Looks wonderful. Are we allowed to try some?
Absolutely. See, it's nice and creamy.
Okay.
Take it to Ruby.
Ruby, I'm going to give it to you.
They are very exciting.
Ruby, it's delicious.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I mean, seriously, not just for the video, it's excellent.
Good.